Red blood cells. As we know, blood consists of two major components, plasma and cells. Cells found in the blood are red blood corpuscles, white blood corpuscles, and platelets, out of which red blood cells are very important because they play a significant role in the transportation of the oxygen as well as it performs buffer function for the carbon dioxide transport. Red blood cells having few important terms are also associated with it. These are glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase, G6PD. G6PD is an enzyme in the pentose phosphate pathway. G6PD, glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase, glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase is an enzyme which converts glucose 6 phosphate into 6 phosphodelta lactone, 6 phosphoglucodelta lactone, and this phosphate maintains the level of coenzyme NADPH, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, which in turn supply the reduced glutathione. This glutathione prevents the oxidative damages. Hematocrit is the next glossary of terms. This hematocrit is the portion of the whole blood that is red blood cells. Typically, it is about to 42%. Kupffer cells. These are the specialized macrophage cells located in the livers and the lining the walls of the sinusoids, and these cells form a part of reticuloendothelial cells. This slide has been already explained by us. Now next one we come to the introduction. Introduction of the RBC. As we know, RBC is the major cells and have the major functions in the human body. That's why they are also known as erythrocytes. They are known as erythrocytes because they have hemoglobin. They transport hemoglobin, which in turn carries oxygen from lungs to the tissue cells in some lower animals. Hemoglobin circulates into the free plasma. Not included in the red blood cells. When it is free in the plasma of the human being, about 3% of it leaks through the capillaries membrane into the tissue spaces or through the glomerular membrane of the kidney into the glomerular filtrate. Each time the blood passes through the capillaries. Therefore, hemoglobin must remain inside the red blood cells to effectively perform its function in the humans. Red blood cells have other functions besides the transport of the hemoglobin. For instance, they contain a large quantity of the carbonic anhydrase, is an enzyme is an enzyme which catalyzes the formation of carbonic acid by carbon dioxide and water. It increases its reaction thousandfold. The rapidity of this reaction, the increasing the rate of reaction quickly form the carbonic acid H2CO3, which again dissociates into H plus and HCO3 minus ions, bicarbonate ions. And in this form, carbon dioxide from the tissue transport to the lungs, where again carbonic acid and bicarbonate ions dissociates and releases carbon dioxide into the lungs, which is expelled out in the atmosphere through the nostrils as in expiration. So, the hemoglobin in the cell is an excellent acid base buffer. It is true of the most protein, so that red blood cells are responsible for most acid base buffering power of the whole blood. Shapes and size of the red blood cells. Normal blood cells are biconcave disc having a mean diameter of about 7.8 micrometer and thickness of 2.5 micrometer at the thickest point and 1 micrometer at the thinnest point or less than in the center. The average cell of the red blood cells is average volume of the red blood cell is 90 to 95 micrometer per cubic meter. The shapes of the red blood cells can change remarkably as the cells squeeze through the capillaries. Actually, the red blood cells is a bag that can be deformed into the almost any changes. Furthermore, because the normal cell has a great access of the cell membrane for the quantity of the material inside, deformation does not stretch the membrane greatly and consequently does not rupture the cell as would be the case in many other cells. Concentration of the red blood cells in healthy man, the average number of the red blood cells are per cubic millimeter is 5 lakh and 200,000 plus minus 300,000, and in women it is 4 lakh and 700,000 plus minus 300,000. Person living at the high altitudes have a greater number of red blood cells. Quantity of hemoglobin. Red blood cells have the ability to concentrate hemoglobin in the cell fluids up to 34 gram in each 100 ml of the blood. The concentration does not rise above this value, 34 gram in each 100 ml of cells. And this concentration does not rise above this value because this is the metabolic limit of the cell's hemoglobin forming mechanism. Furthermore, in normal people, the percentage of the hemoglobin is almost always near the maximum and in each cell. However, when the hemoglobin formation is deficient, the percentage of the hemoglobin in the cells may fall considerably below this value, and the volume of the red blood cell may also decrease because diminished hemoglobin to fill the cell. When the hematocrit, the percentage of the blood that is in the cells, normally 40 to 45%, and the quantity of the hemoglobin in the each respective cell are normal. The whole blood of the man contain an average of 15 gram of hemoglobin per 100 ml of cells. For women, it contains an average of 14 grams per 100 ml. As discussed in connection with the blood transport of the oxygen, each gram of pure hemoglobin is capable of combining with 1.34 ml of oxygen. Therefore, a normal man has a maximum of about 20 ml of oxygen can be carried in combination with the hemoglobin in each 100 ml of blood. And in a normal woman, it is 19 ml of oxygen can be carried. Hematocrit, the portion of the blood that is red blood cells. The portion of the blood that is red blood cells is called hematocrit. Thus, if a person hematocrit is 40, this means that 40% of the blood volume is made up of cells and the remainder is plasma. The hematocrit of adult man average about 42, while that of women average about 38, and this value vary tremendously depending on whether the person has anemia or not, on the degree of bodily activity, and on the altitude at which the person resides. The hematocrit is the fraction of the blood composed of red blood cells as determined by the centrifuging blood in a hematocrit tube until the cells become tightly packed in the bottom of the tube. It is possible to completely pack the red cells together. Therefore, about 3 to 4% of the plasma remain entrapped among the cells, and the true hematocrit is only about 96% of the measured hematocrit. In men, the measured hematocrit is normally about 0.40, and in women it is about 0.36. In severe anemia, the hematocrit may fall as low as 0.10, a value that is barely sufficient to sustain life. Conversely, there are some conditions which there is excessive production of the red blood cells resulting in polycythemia. In this condition, hematocrit can rise up to 0.65. 120 days life of the RBC. A RBC, red blood cell, is about 120 days. When red blood cells are delivered from the bone marrow into the circulatory system, they normally circulate an average of 120 days before being destroyed. Living through the mature red blood cells do not have a nucleus, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum. They do not have cytoplasmic enzymes that are capable of metabolizing glucose and forming a small amount of adenosine triphosphate. These few sentences are important, so I repeat once again that we are saying that red blood cells are delivered from the bone marrow into the circulatory system, and they normally circulate an average of 120 days before being destroyed. Living through the mature red blood cells do not have nucleus, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, and they do not have cytoplasmic enzymes for its metabolic activities. But they are capable of metabolizing glucose and forming a small amount of adenosine triphosphate ATP. These enzymes also maintain the permeability of the cell membrane, maintain the membrane transport of the iron. They keeps the iron in the cell's hemoglobin in the ferrous form rather than in the ferric form, and prevent the oxidation of the protein in the red cells. The small amount of adenosine triphosphate produced in the red blood cells maintain the permeability of the cell membrane, It maintains the membrane transport of the iron. It keeps the iron in the ferrous form rather than ferric form and prevents the oxidation of the proteins in the red blood cells. Even so, metabolic system of the old red blood cells become progressively less active and the cells become more and more fragile, presumably because their life processes wear out. Once the red blood cells membrane becomes fragile, the cell rupture during the passage through the some tight spots of the circulation. Many of the red blood cells self-destruct in the spleen, where the squeeze through the red pulp of the spleen. There, the space between the structural trabeculae of the red pulp, through which most of the cells must pass and are only 3 micrometer wide in comparison with the 8 micrometer diameter of the red blood cells. When the spleen is removed, the number of old abnormal red blood cells circulating in the blood increases considerably. The fragility of the red blood cells is related to their shape, deformity, ability, surface area upon volume ratio, and intrinsic membrane properties. Since the biconcave shape and deformability of these cells allow them to squeeze through the capillaries and splenic pulp, a change A change in the shape to spherical would lead to their trapping and eventual destruction. Congenital hemolytic anemia, which occurs, for example, in the hereditary spherocytosis, is suggested by a positive family history and the triad of anemia, splenomegaly, and jaundice. Enzymatic deficiency can also lead to hemolysis. Glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase G6PD deficiency leads to hemolysis of the red blood cells when they are exposed to the oxidative stress. Since G6PD maintain levels of the important intracellular antioxidant glutathione. Hemoglobin destruction. Destruction of the hemoglobin. When red blood cells burst, they release their content of hemoglobin. The hemoglobin is phagocytosed almost immediately by the macrophages in many parts of the body, but especially by the Kupffer cells of the liver and macrophage cells of the spleen and bone marrow. During the next few hours or 2 days, the macrophages release their iron from the hemoglobin and pass it back into the blood to be carried by the transferrin either to the bone marrow or for the production of the new red blood cells or to the liver and other tissues for the storage in the form of ferritin. The porphyrin portion of the hemoglobin molecule is converted by the macrophages through a series of stages into the pigment bilirubin, which is released into the blood and later removed from the body by secretion through the liver into bile. ESR, erythrocyte sedimentation rate. If a column of anticoagulated fresh blood is left to stand by itself without disturbance, the erythrocytes begin to settle at the bottom, leaving the clear plasma above. The rate of sedimentation of the erythrocyte is called as erythrocyte sedimentation rate ESR. The ESR tends to be higher in women with increasing age and during pregnancy when there is an increase in the fibrinogen, immunoglobulins, and acute phase reactants, the erythrocytes tend to cluster together to form stacks known as rowlocks and settle more quickly. Therefore, the ESR is higher in some diseases conditions such as infection, malignancies, chronic disease states. However, it should be noted that this is non-discriminatory test for these conditions and may perform poorly as a screening test in those individuals who have no symptoms. It is best to used to follow the course of disease as prognostic test. The ESR can be measured by the Winthrop or Westergreen method, but the values of the ESR varies in both of these methods because the differences in the tube length and shape. The ESR rate is given as millimeters per hour and is up to 15 per hour in men and up to 20 millimeter per hour in women, measured by Westergreen method. This is few introduction about the red blood cell. Thank you for watching this video. Hope that it becomes useful for our dear students.